Hey everyone, this is Shintai, and today with me I have my good friend, Bob Samurai. How you doing, man?
I'm doing alright.
Today we're going to be talking about Sengoku Basara Samurai Heroes, which is a PS3 and Nintendo Wii title. We'll be specifically talking about the PS3 version, although I'm sure both versions are pretty much identical, except for the PS3 looking a bit better.
The only difference between the two is one is HD, one is SD. Other than that, they're exactly the same.
Sengoku Basara is basically, what if we took the Dynasty Warriors series and we just made it really, really over the top?
I would say it's similar to Samurai Warriors if you remove the historical accuracy in place of that extremely upscale all the action content.
I'm not as much of a history buff about Japan's history as you are, so you would be more keen to the historical inaccuracies. But if you're the kind of person who doesn't really care about that,
Most people are.
I'm sure the inaccuracies won't bother too many people. Despite the fact that this game is basically off the engine of something that was still meant to also be played on the Nintendo Wii, it's still a pretty good looking game. Everything's really smooth and quick. I don't really have any issues with this game visually. It looks great, I think.
I think it looks beautiful, and for anyone who plays hack and slash games, you're already used to Koei, the way that they do everything. Their games don't really look the best, so you don't have to make the best looking hack and slash game for it to be fun.
For basically what is a hack and slash game, a genre not really well known for really great graphics, it looks pretty damn good. I also think that music in this game, especially that intro, oh my god.
Not only would that pump me up to play the game, but every morning I would wake up, get ready to go to work, I'd watch that intro to the game. It would just pump me up for the day. It's amazing.
And just the rest of the music in the game, though, is still really good.
Yeah, everything's great, but I think that's the only song that's actually got a license. The rest is just simple background music.
I don't remember who, but I do remember that the person who composed the soundtrack for Shadow of the Colossus also composed the music for this game.
Did not know that, but that's interesting.
I also was really surprised by the voice work in this game because there are a lot of very familiar voices in this game. If you've been watching anime or been playing these kinds of games for a while now, then you'll probably recognize a lot of people who did the voices for these characters. Got Liam O'Brien, Johnny Young Bosch, Ruben Langdon, Laura Bailey. They got some really good voices here. This game has some historical inaccuracies, but kind of setting that aside, how do you feel about the story of the game?
It's mostly just over-the-top action, and they just wrap a story around it. I think it carries over from Sengoku Basara 2. It's in an order of that, which I'm unfamiliar with the earlier Sengoku Basara games, so for me, I couldn't really get too much into the story. The only thing I could really look at in the story is the history, because that's what I know, and I'm not very familiar with the Sengoku Basara storyline, but I am familiar with the characters from history and the events.
The first game was released over here as Devil Arm, and they took out all of the references to the Sengoku era. We never got the second game at all.
I played the second one a little bit. I have it on my PS2. The gameplay is pretty good, but I couldn't understand anything because it's all in Japanese.
I think the only real problem with the story is that it's kind of hard to wrap your head around until you've played through the game multiple times with the different characters, because it's all over the place. But once you play through the different campaigns, and it starts to come together more, it starts to make more sense. But enough with all that. The real reason you buy a game like this is for the gameplay. And I think Bob will agree with me that this game is fucking fun to play.
It is hands down the best hack and slash game that I have played to come to the United States. And take it from me, a person that originally did not like the series because of various different reasons. I came into this thinking that I wouldn't like it, and I loved it.
The combat is just so much fun. It's fast. You can do tons of different combos, and each of the characters that you play as, and there's a bunch of them, they all feel completely unique from each other. It almost feels like you're playing a different game every time.
The way that their moveset is set up, you play differently, different people do different things with different buttons. It's not just, even though it's some of my more favorite hack and slash game series, Dynasty Warriors, the Samurai Warriors, or you have the square combo and the triangle combo, and you can interlock them with each other. There are multiple different things that you can do with the different characters that really make it feel like you're just playing a different game.
It has you learning different moves as you're playing through the game. So, really fast gameplay to start with, but at the same time, it kind of introduces new combos to you at a pretty steady pace so you can get a feel for the character. And you can develop them even more. And you're like, okay, now that I've learned this, now I can kind of combine it with this move. and then I can do this really long combo.
Not only that, but you can actually equip special moves to your character. Once you go through the story mode a few times, you learn a few special moves, and you can't equip all of them at once for a certain type of move, and you can choose which one you want to use. You can go into the battle, different movesets for your character. You have a huge selection of items that you could use for your character.
Yeah, you can get different accessories that you can either make your character do more damage, have better defense. It really makes you want to go through the levels and try to earn these different accessories so you can make your characters even more powerful.
What's so great about the items is that not only can you choose to power up your character, you can choose to power down your character. Like, for example, I took one of the characters and I powered him down completely so that I could hit someone as many times as I want to and just build up that combo. And I went through and I got a 9,999 hit combo. I can't remember exactly. Whatever the limit was, I got that. And it was so much fun. There's really no other games that you can just mess around and do stuff like that. One thing that I forgot, every person, they have a special third form that you get after you beat the story mode with them a few times and gotten them to a specific level. There's a third form. There's this enraged form that you can get, which changes them completely and the way they play. Like, for example, if you're using Date Masamune, his entire gameplay, he has all of his swords out. Everybody will play differently for that form.
Something that everyone has is hero time, which allows you to slow down time. So imagine combining the Basara attack and the hero time at the same time. You can deal some just massive damage.
Plus, the hero time gives you, every time you hit somebody or kill somebody, you get extra gold.
And you can use that gold to get even more accessories. This game has tons of playability because of all the different characters. When you play through a character's campaign, you unlock a new character. Not just that, but you can also go back and play as a character you already play as, but you can take a different route.
There's maybe 2 or 3 different complete routes that you can take with somebody, maybe more.
It really does a good job of giving you more things to do and making you want to come back to even characters you've already played as.
In some of the previous hack and slash games that I played, there's always a character that I just hate to play as, like Goemon from Samurai Warriors 1, just terrible characters like that. But in Sengoku Basara, you're going to want to play with every character.
I just want to ask, before we wrap this up, what is your top 3 favorite characters to play as?
I would have to say that it's Mitsunari Ishida, Yukimura Sanada, and Date Masamune. I was really excited to unlock Nobunaga Oda, and he's really powerful, but I was really expecting him to be much more powerful, because all the characters in the game are unbalanced anyways, and just OP to hell.
Yeah, I agree. I liked playing as Nobunaga as well, but he wasn't quite as badass as I was expecting.
I would have to say that the most badass character here would have to be Tadakatsu Hana, the massive robot.
Oh yeah, that guy is insane.
But what about you? What's your 3 favorites?
I would have to also say that Mitsunari Shida, probably Masamune Date as well. And the other guy is Tokugawa Ieyasu. I really liked his martial arts fighting style. There was something like really brutal about it.
I really disliked his character in Samurai Warriors series because he was just always some fat guy running around with just hated playing as him. But here he just punches you and it's awesome.
Yeah, he's completely different. In this game, he's talking about honor and being true to yourself. And I'm like, this is a really likable guy. So yeah, let's wrap this up. I think in conclusion, Sengoku Basara is just one of the best hack and slash games ever.
Easily.
It has great visuals, awesome soundtrack, has probably one of the most advanced hack and slash combat systems I've ever played with.
I would have to say, from my experiences playing all sorts of hack and slash games, I've played a lot of them. This is up there. It's one of my favorites, and especially if you're looking for something to buy on current-gen consoles, you can get this really cheap. You don't have to import anything. You don't have to deal with a dated system. This is just something great. And if you're looking to buy this game for either the Wii or the PS3, you can pick it up for $20, and that's another thing. That's such a great deal. $20 for such a great game.
Thank you very much for joining me. It was a pleasure to have you.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
This has been Shintai and Bob Samurai. Take care, everyone.
Yeah, but see you guys later.